Hey everyone, it's me, Whimsy. Thank you for joining me. I'm sorry I couldn't be here yesterday. I had back-to-back appointments after I got back from my amazing trip to Puerto Escondida, where I danced the night away, made a complete fool of myself, and drank way too many piñatas. Does anybody know what a piñata is? Yes, it's a pina colada without the alcohol. Yes. I did not get sick. I don't drink. But I do think that a lot of people react to all the corn chips because I was eating a lot of those. Anyway, they were delish. But if you're eating guacamole and chips 2-3 times a day, think about it. Just saying. All right, let's talk about remote views. I'm trying to catch up with everything you asked me. The first thing I want to talk about, I just want to get this out of the way this is the first thing that's been coming up a lot, is airplane travel. And I've been doing a lot of airplane travel. We got delayed. I had to stay in Los Angeles. I couldn't fly. We've talked about that because there was a snowstorm. But what I'm feeling with airplane travel is that the old planes that were invented years ago before global warming and extreme weather are no longer safe to fly in certain areas because the winds have become so strong. Remember what I had talked about, that the winds are coming. We're going to see ferocious winds like the earth has never seen before. Part of that is because of deforestation, but other factors of global warming. But I just saw intense winds. Well, part of the problem of this, if you follow the bouncing ball, which I know you do, is that it's making it very difficult to take off and land, high amounts of turbulence, etc. And we're seeing more safety risk for airplanes, which leads to the issue, if this condition becomes worse, how will that impact flying? And it looks like one of the things that's going to happen is reinforcing and securing the safety of the planes against this type of extreme weather. And so we're going to start hearing more and more of that in the coming days. The next thing I want to talk about has to do with a kind of new Cold War we're in, where there is a military competition that's happening between the United States, China, and Russia. And the fact that when I had gone into the energy of Russia, it looked like their military budget had become bankrupted, that they no longer had money in their military budget for things like safety vest for fighters, etc. So when you are that broke, you're going to turn to your allies, China and Iran, and ask for help. Turkey, which is on both sides of the coin. You're going to try and get a money stream from your gas, anything you can to fuel the war effort. And if you're being sanctioned and if nothing is coming in to support the war effort, then you have a problem. So what this looks like energetically to me is that the U.S. wins militarily. It becomes an impetus to invest even more money into the U.S., what some would call on the left the U.S. war machine, what others would call a necessary part of defending the democracy, is that the West turns more towards the United States for military support. And we see more heavy investing into U.S. military, not just to secure the United States, but also to act to defend allies. So this comes up very strongly. China sees it as a chess game and that they're willing to play the game long term to eventually be equal to the United States. But as we've said before, they're in serious economic they're facing serious economic problems. When you follow the remote energy, you see that there will be civil lawsuits, both against the corporation responsible for the lab in Wuhan, the Wuhan lab, but also the government, which was partially subsidizing the research. And so things that have to be discussed was what was the nature of the research. But the point is that the lawsuits are going to come out to discuss how this happened, and that means that the lab is going to be liable and that the government of China is going to be liable. Yeah, because anybody, if it's proven that the genetics point to a leak from the lab, then we're looking at lawsuits. Class action lawsuits, multiple lawsuits against anyone who feels that they've been injured due to the lab's leak. That is a legitimate grounds for lawsuit. I'm curious because I'm not a lawyer. I don't understand international law, how this would work, but it looks like both the lab and the government will both be sued. All right, thank you so much for watching this quick remote. I'll try and get on again as soon as I can, and we'll talk to you soon. Be well.